My son, keep my words and treasure up my commandments with you. Keep my commandments and live. Keep my teaching as the apple of your eye. Bind them on your fingers, write them on the tablet of your heart. Say to wisdom, you are my sister, and call insight your intimate friend, to keep you from the forbidden woman, from the adulteress with her smooth words. For at the window of my house I have looked out through my lattice, and I have seen among the simple, I have perceived among the youths, a young man lacking sense, passing along the street near her corner, taking the road to her house in the twilight and the evening, at the time of night and darkness. And behold, the woman meets him, dressed as a prostitute, wily of heart. She is loud and wayward, her feet do not stay at home. Now in the street, now in the market, and at every corner she lies in wait. She seizes him and kisses him, and with bold face she says to him, I had to offer sacrifices, and today I have paid my vows. So now I have come out to meet you, to seek you eagerly, and I have found you. I have spread my couch with coverings, colored linens from Egyptian linen. I have perfumed my bed with myrrh, aloes, and cinnamon. Come, let us take our fill of love till morning. Let us delight ourselves with love. For my husband is not at home. He is gone on a long journey. He took a bag of money with him. At full moon he will come home. With much seductive speech she persuades him. With her smooth talk she compels him. All at once he follows her, as an ox goes to the slaughter, or as a stag is caught fast till an arrow pierces its liver, as a bird rushes into a snare. He does not know that it will cost him his life. And now, O sons, listen to me, and be attentive to the words of my mouth. Let not your heart turn aside to her ways. Do not stray into her paths, for many a victim has she laid low, and all her slain are a mighty throng. Her house is the way to Sheol, going down to the chambers of death.
Salute, class. Come on in, man. Hit that like button on the check-in. That's how you pay your school tuition. Keep in mind that we don't cater to any groups, gangs, communities, religions, feelings, or emotions. We cater to the truth. We cater to common sense. And we do not complicate that, guys. So we got a great video for you guys today. You know what I mean? I'm going to teach today, guys. I'm going to teach, guys. So you know what I mean? With all due respect, we don't need to exit anybody from the class. Please do not run from the information that we're going to get today, guys. And, you know, we have a lot of fun over here at the School of Common Sense. But today, guys, you got to want to know the truth, guys. You got to be about the truth today, guys. If you're not going to be about the truth, then just step on out. Step on out the class, guys, because we going to be about the truth today. We going to learn how to get the absolute submission from our sisters. Sisters, you going to learn what we looking for in a real woman. You know what I mean? I don't mess with the good girls, because the good women, they pretend too much for me. But I can identify the real, and guys, it's real ones out there. Today we're gonna also see why I can't ever jump on this live and totally tell you guys that 100% of our women is wrong. No, guys, it's some of our sisters that's lit, that's too legit to quit. MC Hammer status, like, you know what I mean? Then there's some other ones that's MC Hammer status too. Can't touch this. Don't touch them bitches. But yeah, we ain't even gonna do the B word today, guys. So we gonna keep it real, respectful. We're gonna keep it real professional, because at the end of the day, the truth don't need to be all colorful. The truth don't need to be loud. The truth get its point across how you need to get its point across. All right, guys. So we're gonna do a real good self-improvement day today. I'm gonna drop the link because I need to I need my females. I need my real females. I need some real female motivation to help me get through this whole live tonight. You know what I mean? So fellas, just hang out to the end. You know what I mean? I'll re-drop the link. But if I got any of my sisters, and salute to Sophia Williams for the Cash App. She hit me with the Cash App early before the live. So salute to you, sister. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a great teaching day for you ladies that that confuse submission, ladies. Like, you hear the word submit, and a lot of our sisters, they just get all crazy and distraught with it. And honestly, submission is you ladies superpower. You know what I mean? You put yourself under submission. You know what I mean? You got a lot of ladies that say, if I find the right man, you know what I mean? Honestly, I don't get offended when I hear y'all say that, because I understand what y'all mean. Y'all don't even understand what y'all mean when y'all say that shit, but I understand exactly what y'all mean. And today, guys, we gonna get straight on into it, and we gonna go through it. You know what I mean, guys? For one, you know what I mean? Y'all know how I do over here. Everything is biblical, because this gender war, it's a biblical war, guys. It's not man versus man. It's not brother versus sister. It's not brother versus brother. It's evil versus good, guys. Clearly. So with that said, I wanna change the laws of your mind. Present information. I can't change the laws. I'm not God. I'm not that powerful. But I want to present information that'll help you change the laws of your mind, so that you could get the tools. It might be a tool that you're missing. You might be that nigga. You might be one piece away from being that nigga. You might be one piece away, queen, from really being the queen with the Q and not the K. You know what I mean? But that's all I'm here to do, is present information, and you take what you could take. And you know what I mean, each piece add to your puzzle. So let me get straight to it, right? Because this verse right here, this Bible verse, we learn everything in the church, guys. We learn, hold on. We learn everything from the church. A lot of our old people, a lot of our grandparents, and our ancestors, they was highly heavenly built and based around the church, right? And we know today, hindsight, looking back, that the church taught everybody how to, the church manipulated our fams. The church manipulated our ancestors. Like, so before we can even get to the slave and all of that, let's stop at when we was free. You know what I mean? What happened when we was free? You know what I mean? When freedom was a choice. I see. I say slavery wasn't a choice. Okay, that's right. That type of slavery wasn't a choice. But when we was free, the churches taught our people how to hate. It taught our people how to do teenage pregnancy with that God said be fruitful and spread your seed shit. Listen, yeah, they manipulated that whole verse, and I just need you guys to know how important the Bible. When y'all guys say, "Oh, the Bible fake," and the Bible, it's because the person who taught you how to be stupid, they messed up, because they going off of secondhand information of somebody who taught them that was stupid. Y'all know how it go. Y'all know how it go. But this is real for real in real life. You know what I mean? This is real for real in real life information. So this verse right here single-handedly fucked up a lot of guys, because not for nothing, no disrespect, our Muslim brothers and a lot of our Christian men, but our Christian men turned soft. The Christian men in the church, they turned soft. They panda bears now. But a lot of our Muslim men, they use this verse right here to really try to manipulate women into being submissive. Like, you know what I mean? And honestly, guys, a woman cannot be submissive to no beta male, bro. Especially not no black woman, bro. A black woman she just built different. She designed different. So she not gonna be able to submit to a beta male, guys. And this is where that come into play. You know what I mean? We live in a society that try to trick our mind into believing there's no such thing as alpha, because they don't want you to believe in yourself. You know what I mean? And they know they done already fucked up the God, the real God. They done got everybody worshiping Sky Zaddy. But anyway, you know what I mean? There is a real God. And let's not forget, guys, don't play with me. I don't confuse God and religion. I don't play with religion. I'm real religious. But I don't play with in that religion. I don't go to church. I don't play with the church. And as you can see, I'm colorful. I could pick and choose when to be colorful. I haven't said the B word yet. You know what I mean? I'm not talking like a third grader on this one. You know what I mean, guys? Like, it's you got to be in tune and connected with your Holy Spirit. So with that said, let's read this thing. This is Ephesians 5:22 through 24. This is the verse, guys, that got everybody tripping. I'm going to show you why they got them tripping. and then we're gonna break it down, right? I'm gonna show you some movies today. I'm gonna show you some real stories. You know, seeing is believing. So I'm gonna bring the stories in the Bible to life, because I'm gonna give you guys two women that defied this verse, and it's a goddamn good thing they did. It's a good thing they did, because if they would have submitted in everything, their whole family would have got. So this is why I'm here. I'm not here to change your beliefs. If you want to stick to the stuff that a dummy taught you, then that's okay. That's cool with me. I'm all right. I'm good. Like it doesn't affect my bottom line. My decimal, when I go to the bank, don't move, because you want to be dumb and you want to keep this stuff that somebody taught you that you think highly of. You know what I mean? That's your business. But wives, submit to your own husbands as to the Lord. For the husband is the head of the wife, even as Christ is the head of the church, his body, and is himself its savior. Now, as the church submits to Christ, so also wives should submit into everything to their husbands. All right, guys. So now that's clear as day. Y'all saw that verse. That's clear as day. Now, what that's really talking about, guys, understand, it's a fact. Wives are supposed to submit to their husbands. They are. You know what I mean? So I'm not trying to change what that verse say. But listen, he's talking about the chain. It's a chain of command, guys. You know what I mean? It's a chain of command. The man has to submit to the God, right? And then the woman will submit to the man. Then the kids will submit to the woman. If any of that chain is broken, any link of that chain is broken, then it's going to fail. It's not going to work. It's not in God's eyes. You get what I'm saying? The woman, and so if the man don't submit to God, if he's not submitting his life to God, he's not going MGTOW. If he didn't go MGTOW, learned himself, and know like, yo, I know who I am. Because you remember, our moms take our identity. Because you can't tell her that she didn't create us. All of the shit and the trials and tribulations you went through by yourself, broke pop. She might have gave you a few dollars, but you still went through the motherfucking war. You can't tell that woman that those few dollars didn't really add them out to what you had to endure to become who you is. So they steal your identity, and you don't get it back until you go to your creator. Guys, this is real rap, real life story, real true story testament, true story testament. And I'm cool. None of y'all niggas cooler than me. So you know what I mean? Like I'm just saying, I'm just saying, I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Y'all know we the millennials. We here. We supposed to be a little bit different, a little bit more advanced. You know what I mean? We seen it all. Come on, guys. Like, you know what I mean? But in any event, the chain, if the because the wife, she only how she could submit to the husband, because really she's supposed to be submitting to God. Remember, everybody's supposed to be putting God first, right? But you know the kids are too young, so the moms, she's supposed to be putting her God through you. This is why you, player, 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 player. This is why you gotta be the man. You gotta submit to God. You gotta go MGTOW. When we say MGTOW, you going the other way. You're not conforming with what they doing over here, because what they doing over here is dangerous. Is you already see, we see what they doing over here in the ways of the world. So you gotta go the other way. You go into God. Boom. Learn yourself. Put God first. You going, you know what I mean? He gonna talk to you in your lonely season, and you put him first. Boom. Everything gonna submit to you, bro. Everything gonna submit to you. Guys, make sure y'all hit that like button, and keep in mind, after this live, we're gonna shift on over to the new school state of the art, where we do game over there. So it's gonna be straight game. And I'm gonna tie some of this stuff into the straight game on how to, you know what I mean, offense. It's offense over there. So right now we doing defense, but on the new school state of the art at the Brutally Honest Good Bread Show, with AMS, we're gonna pull in the AMS video. We're gonna react, and I'm gonna be giving y'all some game tonight. Right after this, I'm working them, y'all. I told y'all I'm not the best, but I'm the realest. And I'm a outwork a motherfucker. Fuck that, son. I'm inspired. I spoke with Dirty today on the low. I spoke with motherfucking Mr. Palmer. Man, I'm hype. I'm geeked up, how they say. You know what I mean? But guys, let's get back to this. You know what I mean? But yeah, the chain of command. It's a chain of command, guys. So if the man not submitting to God, then the woman don't gotta submit to the man. Like likewise, if the woman and the man is not submitting to the God, then the kids ain't gonna submit to them. Like we see going on outside in the street. We see a lot of the kids. You know, I mean, this is a shortcut game right now. Red pill game, real red pill. The kids is bugging out because their father nor their mother are submitting to God. Everybody got their own agenda. Everybody got their own. Everybody. The father got the bitch on the pedal. The chick, she got money on her pedestal. So ain't no space on nobody pedestal to put God. So this is why it's mad suffering. And the kids ain't submitting to nobody. Kids ain't submitting. See, not to toot my own horn, but it's hard work. And like I teach you guys, always celebrate yourself. Don't make you feel bad for doing the right thing. You see, we got the order in this house. It's peaceful. It's calm because I submit to God. Miss Goodbread submit to me, and my kids lit. You know what I mean? That's how the order really supposed to go. You know what I mean? But you got to give these women something to submit to, which is true, guys. And that's where the self-improvement come in. And that's where always becoming the best version of yourself gonna come in at, guys. You can't play these worldly games, bro. You can't play these get over games. Because remember, the world trying to be get over. The bitch trying to get over on you. So take yourself, remove yourself from that get over game, work on yourself. Don't even pay that game no mind. And then when you ready, you put your value there. You know what I mean? And it'll speak for itself. Your value will speak for itself. You know what I mean? And that's how that works, guys. So let's get into some content, right? Guys, like I said, did I finish reading? I didn't even finish reading the verse, right? Yeah, all right. Yeah, I read that shit. You know, I hate fucking reading, man. I um hate reading out loud. I love reading like to myself and shit and learning new information, but reading out loud, I never liked that shit. I used to hate when the teacher picked on me. I used to hate it. Miss Mays, what up, Miss Mays? Salute to Miss Mays, man. We gotta do a video of Miss Mays, man. I love that lady, man. She always check me. You know what I mean? All right, guys. So we're gonna move on in. I told you I'm gonna defy that verse right there. I'm gonna show you how that's some bullshit. Cause if a woman submit to the wrong dude, if a woman submit to a beta male, it's lights out. It could be lights out. It could be very dangerous. You know what I mean, guys? It's no divine order. It's no divine. It's nothing in that Bible that says she had to submit. And honestly, guys, there ain't really nothing in there that says she have to love us. We gotta love them. They just gotta respect us. It does say they gotta respect us. That's why love is respect. That's why you're not supposed to be playing the love game with them. You so always supposed to be playing the leadership role so that you can get your respect. You know what I mean? Yo, RPA, yo, I'm gonna drop the link, bro. And then in RPA and any female that's in the chat that wanna join the live and chat and cut this one up with me, cut it. Let's go. Join the live, y'all. That's what I was supposed to do. And RPA, join the live, man. It's been a long time. That's the brother that introduced me to Mr. Palmer, yo. He take credit for it being crazy, for it being on like popcorn. Yo, George, what's going on, man? George is in the house. Chavez, man, what up, man? We got Professor in the house. I got my guy, CeeLo, man. CeeLo. Yo, CeeLo seen me when I was young. CeeLo seen me when I was a little body, like, you know what I mean? And CeeLo always knew, like, he used to always tell me, yo, you're gonna be special, you're gonna be special. Son, man. Oh, man, I appreciate y'all, man. KDH, my guy, KDH, BT. I was talking to BT earlier, too, man. BT, we was getting a good conversation. James Davis, salute. We got the squad in the house, man. I appreciate everybody. Steve Teague, that's the head general admin in the house. Down South Yellow, I already know you probably sponsoring the show tonight along with my guy XL Pro. We got dirty folks in the house. You know what I mean? D Brown, that's my guy. My yo, we be holding that community tab down. Say what we don't. They be they be triggered. It be dudes. It be dudes. That's sad shit. Sad shit. Twin, what up? What up, Vanguard? Vanguard Mulatto, what up, man? Dallas D, Miss Dallas D, Queen is in the house. Guys, tomorrow it will be me and Miss Dallas D and Mr.Goodbread. We'll be doing the paternity fraud, and we'll be doing that. We'll be doing part 2 to that conversation we was having with the paternity. Remember, it was the paternity chick, and she kept saying for some weird reason that women take care of other people's kids. She kept saying that shit passionately ignorant. She said that shit faithfully, like women take care of other kids all the time. Women take care of other people's kids all the time. Like, word? Where? Like, yeah, it's gonna get nice tomorrow. Tomorrow's gonna get crazy, guys. So y'all make sure y'all tune in. Y'all make sure y'all tune in, subscribe. You know what I mean? It's gonna get crazy. It's gonna get crazy. All right, y'all. Let's get into the content, guys. I'm going to first start with the Esther story, y'all. For those of y'all that don't know about Esther, she's one of the good women in the Bible, guys. She actually saved the Jews. She was a Jew, and she was married to somebody that wasn't a Jew, and he was about to commit motherfucking genocide on all of the Jews. So he was dead ass about to kill all her people. You know what I mean? And she stepped right in, and you know what I mean. She persuaded him not to do it. You know what I mean? Again, this is an example of a woman that did not stay in submission. She actually, yo, Paz, please come, please, Paz, join the panel with me. Join the panel, Paz. Especially Paz, please join the panel with me. Please get on there, man. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Come on, man. Come on. Come on. Right. And because I know you got good spill on this one right here. You know what I mean? You can break it down and stuff. You can break it down and stuff. But yeah, so Miss Esther, she ended up convincing her king, her husband, not to do it. You know what I mean? To where she almost sacrificed herself, and he knew it was dead real. So she ain't stay in submission, guys. And if she would have stayed in submission, all her family would have got killed. So that's one example, guys. And don't I got 2 more for you. So let's get on into that. Let me play that story, because seeing is believing. I tell you guys, I don't ever want you to think I'm gonna get up here and tell you some shit, and want you to believe. I'm gonna show you it, and you take what you could take. You know what I mean? But like I said, guys, 8 out of 10 chicks that you run into gonna be confused. They messed up mentally. But there is two out of that 10 that got this vibe. So also, guys, tonight, while we self-improving, we also going to be able to look for the type of vibes that we want to mess with, the type of women we want to mess with, the qualities, with the characteristics we want to mess with. Ladies, y'all do likewise. Y'all do the same. These are the characteristics you want to have. You know what I mean? If your hell of a mother ain't teach you, you want to teach yourself. You want to go get some books. You want to go start taking some therapy classes. You want to just talk it out. Talk it out. You'll be surprised how much talking it out and stop suppressing it and moving in silence. Just talking it out will help. You know what I mean? Just a lot of us we just didn't have a chance to talk. She just knew everything. So you don't even want to talk to a motherfucker that think they know everything. You know what I mean? All right, guys, let's get it. This is the Esther story, guys. Posh, we talking about, the title is Modern Women Will Not Submit to all modern men. You know what I mean? Black women will not submit to all modern men. You know what I mean? And I say modern men because modern man is just modern man. That modern man can break down into all different categories. You know what I mean, not everybody gonna be an alpha male, but then again, not everybody gonna be a simp either. You know what I mean? So there are gonna be good dudes that's on their way to alpha or sigma, but you know what I mean? Women not gonna submit to none of them if they don't submit to God. You know what I mean? Honestly. Honestly, it's just everybody playing let's pretend. If the dude not submitting to God, then everybody playing let's pretend. Really, at any given time, somebody could get their feelings hurt. Because that's how it's going to work, because it ain't a holy situation. Any given time, then he could cheat or she could cheat. Should they both be cheating? They both be cheating in these relationship caps. You see how it be. You see exactly how these relationships be.
In the days of Ahasuerus, king of Persia, the Jews who had been carried away captive into Babylon had spread throughout all the eastern provinces.
Bow before him.
Now I know the Jews was God people, but as I read mad stories and mad books, and even in the book of Haggai, like the Jews, for y'all to be God people, y'all sure did God fucked up though, yo. Y'all sure did. Y'all sure y'all niggas is just greasy. Y'all didn't build this temple. Y'all niggas got stripping the Babylon. Y'all niggas just man, yo, sheesh. Just niggas. Niggas, yo. And then got the nerve to want to be, hey, I'm Jew, we the real Jews, we the real Jews. Oh my God, yo.
There were some in authority who hated the Jews, for they bowed to no man, but worshipped only their God, as did Mordecai.
My king, noble members of this court.
The king relied on the counsel of his princes and wise men, for these were dangerous times. For his protection, it was decreed that no one, regardless of the person's position, should approach the king without invitation.
They are disloyal to thy bidding and to the decrees of this court. They bow down only to their God.
In the 3rd year of his reign, Ahasuerus was advised to divorce Queen Vashti. After searching throughout all his kingdom in every province, he found a beautiful young woman and married her. And thus was the rise of Queen Esther.
To an unseen and unproven God.
What is it you would have done, Haman?
If it please the king, let it be written that all the Jews may be destroyed.
The king knew not that his new queen, Esther, was a Jew.
So that we all clear, guys, you see what I mean? He didn't know that his wife was a Jew, but his man like, let's kill all the Jews. And he about to imprint on it, like he about to agree with it, like, all right, bet.
To destroy, to kill, and to cause to perish all Jews, both young and old, little children and women, and to take the spoil of them for a prey.
After Mordecai read the decree and perceived all that was done, he rent his clothes and dressed in sackcloth to mourn with all the Jews.
She's a very quiet child, not one to cause trouble.
Hello, Esther.
Now, you're Mordecai? Her mother's closest kin?
Her father's nephew. Esther is my cousin.
The king's officers shall gather together all the fair young women in every province of the kingdom who are of perfect virtue, and bring them unto the palace at Shushan. Each will be considered as to her worthiness to be presented to the king, who will choose one to be his queen.
Dora.
Esther, time comes too quickly.
I love you, Mordecai. You have been a good father to me.
I will miss you.
I will look for you often beyond the gate.
I will be there waiting.
Ehuna! The husband!
May be wise. Keep your lineage a secret.
It look like they've been twerking since back then. I guess this was their version of twerking right here, yo. They can't keep still and shit, man.
A man. He's in mourning. He sounds so sad. Perhaps he's lost something. Or someone. He must be a Jew. He's dressed as a Hebrew.
My child, an evil abounds in the king's court. Haman hath won the king's heart and has offered a sum of money for the king's treasuries that he might destroy the Jews. Here is the decree that was given at Shushan to destroy us. For the good of thy father's house, I charge thee to go in unto the king and make supplication unto him for thy
Mordecai, do you not realize the weight of thy request? All the king's servants and the people of the king's provinces do know that whosoever shall come unto the king into the inner court, who is not called, will be put to death, except such to whom the king shall hold out the golden scepter. I have not been called to come in unto the king these 30 days.
My queen, Mordecai giveth this message in return. If thou altogether holdest thy peace at this time, then shall thou and thy father's house be destroyed. What doth he mean, thy father's house?
Is that all?
No. He hath said also, who knoweth whether thou art come to the kingdom for such a time as this?
Adonai,
Adonai,
Elohei Yisrael,
Elohei Israel,
Yoshev HaKruvim,
Yoshev HaKruvim,
Adonai, Elohei Israel, Yoshev HaKruvim, Hoshienu Na. You have been a good father to me.
Each will be considered as to her worthiness to be presented to the king.
Time comes too quickly.
I will watch for you often beyond the king.
I present Queen Esther.
I charge thee to go in unto the king.
Do you not realize the weight of thy
Who
request?
knoweth whether thou art come to the kingdom for such a time as this?
Hatach! Mordecai, go. Gather together all the Jews that are present in the city, and fast ye for me. And neither eat nor drink 3 days, night or day. I also and my maidens will fast likewise. And so will I go in unto the king, which is not according to the law. And if I perish, I perish.
Counsel me! Stand together! Be united!
Okay, today is June 1st. Please say your name.
And there you have it, yo. She sacrificed herself, guys. She put herself on the line to hold down the whole pack of her family, bro, along with the other Jews. I mean, that was one example. I mean, now I want to go into another example, but before we go into another example, I gotta pay my respects. We got the brother Red Pill Awareness in the house. Red Pill Awareness, man. What it do, bro? What
What's
it
going
do?
on, brother? What's going on? Just showing love, man. You know, your show is one of the greatest shows on YouTube, so I gotta show some love and come back and support. I've been grinding and working, but I gotta make love for one of the coolest shows that always bring enlightenment, you know?
Yo, that's what's up, man. That's much love, much respect, man. I appreciate you, man. Yo, for those of you that don't know, this is the man that introduced me to Mr. Palmer. Can you just take him through a little bit of like how that man that it's been history since, man.
Oh yeah, Mr. Couch Gang. Yeah, well, you know, like I was always a fan of people like Mr. Palmer and some of the best spokesmen, you know, about what we in the new age and the modern times. And then I seen Mr. Palmer had you guys had a lot in common. I seen your talent, his talent, and I said, hey, you know, y'all need to be connected. We need to connect some great minds alike and put everyone together. A lot of us don't understand that we can make a lot of things change when we work together and put each other on and see each other get pushed to the top. That's what it's all about.
That's
Um,
a fact.
and I'm glad, Mr. Palmer, you got that relationship because I like to build good relationships with other brothers, other women, and men who think on the right thinking. You know, being on code is very important. You know.
That's a, that's a fact, man. Salute to you, man. Salute to you. Yo,
Thanks, man.
we got my guy T.O. We got T.O. in the class tonight, man. T.O., real quick, man. Let him know who you be, man. T.O., you there?
Yeah. I'm here, man. I was muted, huh? Yeah, man. Damn, RPA. It's funny we never met because I met Goodbread on Mr. Palmer's show. No. Wait. It's like it's a weird history too. It was so much years ago. But hold up, cause I got a little something to do with linking shit up too. Like, hold up, man. So you linked them up, but um,
You put me on
Goodbread.
the Jap. You put me on the you linked me to Jap before Palmer got to tell me
Nah, I
about
linked you to
Jap
Dirty Folks.
and Dirty, and we was on Dirty Folks show. Yeah.
But Jap, oh yeah, wait, yeah, okay, oh now I remember. But yeah, Jap was on some other shit though. But I mean, he does what he do. You know, what I mean, I guess he one of them niggas. You know, don't really like new friends or whatever. I ain't mad at him. But but yeah, I linked up with you on Palm, man. Ever since that, it was history, man. I'm surprised I never linked up with RPA though. I didn't know he was Foundation Sandbox too.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
so
never introduced us, man.
Yeah, I've been here, man. I'm the ones who be putting teams together behind the scene and making things work with the Instagram and the Facebook. If people say if I pushed it harder, I could probably be the one of the next powerful black YouTubers. My thing is, man, I just want to see if all of us do something major where we can put our money together and our ingenuity and get some laws changed. That's what I want to do. I want us to come together and buy a politician like a prostitute and get some things changed for child support laws and laws for men to take care of their families, you know?
Okay, I see humanities was part of your curriculum in school.
is on. The
Yeah,
righteous
we
being
just gotta
taken
think like
over.
we gotta change the format of how we want to get some things done. You know, I'm like other teams, the feminists, they buy politicians, and so I'm thinking like shit, we gotta do that too. And if we
Facts.
have to, then we gotta like come up with plans where we can, if I have to, or Mr. Goodbread, get somebody that we know that's a squeaky clean Christian and get them to be our
Right.
leading person and
Hey,
put them in
watch
Face,
mouth,
office.
yeah,
watch
yeah,
mouth, watch your mouth.
right.
I'm not no Christian. I am
You
not no
know,
Christian.
Nah, but I know what he's saying though. You need
I know what he
you
mean. I
need a
know what he
you need
mean.
nigga.
the
You
He
yeah
always
might
to
not
have
get
know
to
it.
one.
get the vote. You need to have some people. Everybody don't understand esoteric and enlightened minds and esoteric knowledge and shit. Like we still
Well,
trying to bring this to the main. to the mainstream. You know what I mean?
Of course,
Because
you
that's
gotta have
our
a
duty.
comedian.
All right,
They got
fellas,
comedians
but
all the time.
hold on, fellas. Let
Yeah,
me
introduce.
introduce. We got a chosen one in the class right now. I want to salute my girl Posh Williams. Salute to
Bang bang.
you. It's
Good
been
night.
lit
Good
ever
night,
since we
everyone.
first met you, man.
Hi, everybody. Everybody on the panel.
Hey,
Everybody
Posh.
in the chat. Hi, everybody.
How you feeling, Posh? How you
How you
doing
doing?
tonight, man? Yo, we've been lit ever since. Posh, are you Sophie?
Yes, I ain't, I'm not. No, I'm not Sophie. I'm Sophia.
All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Okay, bet. Thank you, and I appreciate you. I appreciate everything you do for the channel, Sophia.
Yeah.
Thanks. I appreciate you guys. I mean, we kind of got started, I think, on the wrong foot. I think more of a misunderstanding type thing. But I'm so happy that, I stayed and you all allowed me to stay. First off, let's put it that way, that you all allowed me to stay. And I
See,
have just
I like
enjoyed
that.
myself.
I like that respect, Posh, because we didn't allow you. We can't do a goddamn thing about you staying if you stay and you stay. But I love that the way you. I love that, yo. I love that. I get it. I get that. I
She
get.
Hmm.
thugged it out.
I get the way she put it right there and she worded it right there, man. I love that. That is a female putting herself under submission. That's what we talking about tonight. We don't do nothing, bro. They put themselves under submission when you give them a reason to.
Hmm. Yes,
Facts.
but I have really, really enjoyed it, and now I will admit that one of the things that you posted the other day, I was not able to even get all the way through it because like I said, it took me all the way back to like,
Are you talking about
mm,
on the community tab? On the community, yeah, I go deep on the
yeah,
community tab. I go.
yeah, it really took me all the way back to, well, wasn't that long ago, but it took me back to before I retired, and the field that I was working in it was max women's corrections.
Yeah.
And if I could just tell you um some of the stories of children dying and men being that were killed. I mean, it was just unbelievable.
Wow.
Like, it was literally unbelievable.
And we appreciate your honesty, like, cause a lot of women don't want to say that. Like, they act like
Oh,
we bugging. They act like we bugging. All the
oh
men
no.
running around here with the same stories, and the women, no woman, not a lot of women want to be honest. Only twenty
Yeah.
percent of y'all want to be
And
honest.
see, and then and then I see the thing is, and then I was able to work both sides, and then I worked for the male institution as well, and I have to be honest, the crimes that were committed by the women were way more, a lot,
More
way
heinous.
more, way like more heinous than the men.
I understand. My mother worked over 30 years in the correctional facility, so and plus I've been in, I've been behind the wall before myself. I know what going on. But sorry to interject, but I just wanted to put this out there. It seems like Posh has a real heart of empathy, man. And we did start out at the first. I remember what you're talking about the first time. Yeah, it was actually me and you going back and
Yeah,
forth.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
okay, was
But then
okay.
at the end of the conversation, me and you really pieced it up, and then ever since then, you be showing me hella love. As soon as I come on, you be like, "Hey, Tello King," and all of that. I be like, "Damn,
Hmm.
it's love." Like, you know what I'm saying? I be piecing
Yeah,
you up, and we've been cool ever since. But
yeah,
I see that you really that type of stuff. It never leaves you. I know what you
yes,
like. It makes you hard. It's like in a way
right,
it brings the monster out of you, seeing being around all these monsters. You have
right,
to become a you have to, you ain't gonna get eaten. in the horror house. You see what I'm
Exactly,
saying?
exactly.
But the
When
truth,
once those doors, once you hear those that come behind you, you don't know for sure that
yeah.
you're even going home.
But you still
That's a
got your soul intact, man. That's what
Oh
that's
yeah,
what it
most
sounds like to me.
definitely.
You still got your
And then
heart. Yeah.
yeah, and then I would be around these
Respect to that,
people,
man. Shout out
and
to
then
Posh for still having a heart, man.
that's a
oh
fact,
yes, most
bro.
definitely. But then and then I had my own child, that I had to come home to, and then I'm thinking like, these people, these women, you know, these murderers, you know,
Keep it real. I
these
love
murderers,
it.
you know,
Terrorists,
these
domestic
hell of a,
terrorists.
These Liliths.
exactly,
These Liliths.
these Liliths, you know, I could not believe it. Like, how?
It's
How?
beyond. That's not just murder. Like with like, I think I'm so we could probably get back to the show. Like men kill over dumb shit sometimes, but it's just shit that like a nigga kill a nigga because he felt like a nigga disrespecting him past a certain level, and for niggas a killer, you supposed to know how to play like that with me, nigga. You know what I do. You know how I get down. Like so, you know what
Right.
I'm saying? And some niggas just do like some, but with women now they would tie their own fucking a child to men don't do shit like that.
That's
Men
a
do not do shit like that.
that's a fact.
One of them,
Women do shit like
baked
that,
her
and
child,
that's just
baked her own child in the oven, and then
just
fed the
insane.
child to her husband.
You have some monsters of men out
Like,
here that do
if
heinous shit
she
like
said,
rapists and
man,
and
you
and and
can't. I
and, and,
can't
and
make
you
it
know,
up. I can't make it
but
up.
Yeah, but you
it's just
gotta
something in
understand
modern
if
women
you gotta
that's
see,
too
right?
common.
Tio, you gotta think too. If it's more women in the world, right? It's more women than men. And
True.
women raise the men, then you see who's raising these fucking perverts? Do you
Yeah.
see like and then they get to stick their hand in their pocket and be like, I didn't do that.
No,
Exactly.
everything gets hit under the cat litter.
Facts. But
Mhm.
ladies, y'all, we gonna get back. We
Okay.
gonna get we gonna get back to the live because I got a good example, and this was a good segue for a female, and this is one of my favorite females in the Bible, guys. This is one of my favorite virtuous women, and I'm gonna let the video do the talking. We gonna break this down together, guys. So y'all know how we do. Whenever y'all
Hey,
want me to
Brad, you know
stop.
you only got Ruth, Esther, Sarah, Keturah, and Mary, right?
Oh, you forgot about Abigail, bro. That's
Who's
my
that?
favorite. Abigail is my favorite.
Oh, damn, you deep. Let me find out you read in the Bible more than I do.
And Mary, and you forgot about Mary Magdalena. That was
Well, that's
Jesus'
why I said
side girl.
Mary.
I was gonna say,
Miriam.
I forget.
They got three Marys in the New Testament.
Yeah, all right. So, but they all different people.
Yeah.
All right.
Who's Abigail though? Real quick.
Abigail. All right. So let me give you this now. Abigail was the lady that was married to the king. And remember when King David was in the woods with his army and he was clipping up. They was clipping up. They came across her husband and he had
Saul.
abundance.
So
He had
Abigail was married to Saul.
yeah. So they came across Saul and they asked him like, "Yo, bro, can you spare some stuff? Cause we running low." And he
Hmm.
had an abundance. The nigga
Oh
said
yeah, I know this
no.
story.
The brother said no. So she took it
Hmm.
upon herself to take some things
And
and
she saved his ass. I remember.
exactly.
She
And
says, "Cause
that's
them niggas is about to ransack the town.
yo
Cause Saul
King.
didn't know that these niggas got they deeper than his arm. Like he thought these niggas was some Rudy Poo niggas, and the nigga was acting nice, but the nigga don't know like, yo, these niggas like the Mongols.
That's a
Like he
fact, and
shouldn't. It's
that's just one example. That's just another. That's second example of when a woman did not stay under submission. So that just proves how if the man is moving on some beta male mingy shit, then the woman is not because now he breaking the chain because it's not holy to move mingy and stingy and
of
not
course
give
not.
to the people. So he's breaking the chain of commandment of him following the Lord's commandment. So now nobody else under him gotta follow him.
Yo, Abe, good look for that. Cause even Elijah need to be reminded of some. That's why that you here, man. You know what I'm saying? Good look, man. Cause I needed a
But it's all
Thanks
good
for
though, cause you
reminding me of
reminded
that,
me
man.
of, yo, you see how it worked, and you see why it don't matter about who's smarter, because you put me onto Soul. You reminded me of the name of the king, Soul. Like, how the fuck I don't know the like, I know Abigail though. I know the bit. Yeah. Fuck
Hey,
that
it's
nigga.
all
That nigga
good,
was about
man.
to be
Teamwork made
dead.
the dream work, baby.
Word up, B. Let's get it, y'all. Let's get back
That's
to
why
the game.
Abraham and Elijah is alive.
We alive, yo. Righteous fear undefeated. My boy KDH, B. Righteous fear undefeated. Salute to Posh, yo. So Posh, man. She jumped on the pen. And we got, I got two more because I got two. This is my first favorite, though. Abigail, my first favorite. I ain't even gonna hold you.
Abigail, the unforgettable woman. Whenever we are tempted to forget the importance of having the right spouse or a valuable teammate, the story of Abigail is bound to stop us in our tracks and bring us a more profound understanding or clarity about the power of good influence in our lives. She was that woman whose hospitality, knowledge, and intelligence saved her husband when he acted foolishly before David, the soon-to-be king of Israel. Even when someone acts foolishly, as most humans are bound to at one point in their life or the other, if they have people who are willing to counsel them wisely, then so many bad situations can be salvaged before they become worse. Following the death of the prophet Samuel, David went down to the wilderness of Paran in the southern part of Judah, possibly to get away from Saul and his murderous schemes. Nabal was shearing his sheep there, as was customary, and David sent some young men to ask for a gift in exchange for the protection he had provided for Nabal's flocks. But Nabal's response to David's servants was so selfish and rude that David became enraged and marched toward Carmel with about 400 men to punish Nabal and his household. 1 Samuel chapter 25, verse 12 through 35. So David's young men made their way back and returned, and they came and told him everything that was said to them by Nabal. David said to his men, "Each man put on your sword." So each man put on his sword. David also put on his sword, and about 400 men went up behind David, while 200 stayed back with the provisions and supplies. But one of Nabal's young men told Abigail, Nabal's wife, "Listen, David sent messengers out of the wilderness to greet our master, and he shouted at them in contempt. But David's men were very good to us, and we were not harmed or treated badly, nor did we miss anything as long as we were with them when we were in the fields. They were a wall of protection to us both night and day, all the time that we were with them tending the sheep. Now then, know this and consider what you should do, for evil is already planned against our master and against all his household, but he is such a worthless and wicked man that one cannot speak reasonably to him." Then Abigail hurried and took 200 loaves of bread, 2 jugs of wine, 5 sheep already prepared for roasting, 5 measures of roasted grain, 100 clusters of raisins, and 200 cakes of figs, and loaded them on donkeys. She said to her young men, servants, "Go on ahead of me. Behold, I am coming after you." But she did not tell her husband Nabal. It happened that as she was riding on her donkey and coming down by way of the hidden part of the mountain, that suddenly David and his men were coming down toward her, and she met them. Now David had said, "Surely in vain I have protected and guarded all that this man has in the wilderness, so that nothing was missing of all that belongs to him, and he has repaid me evil for good. May God do so to the enemies of David, and more also, if by morning I leave alive even one male of any who belong to him." When Abigail saw David, she hurried and dismounted from the donkey and kneeled face downward before David and bowed down to the ground in respect. Kneeling at his feet, she said, "My lord, let the blame and guilt be on me alone, and please let your maidservant speak to you and listen to the words of your maidservant. Please do not let my lord pay attention to this worthless man, Nabal, for as his name is, so is he. Nabal, fool, is his name, and foolishness, stupidity, is with him. But I, your maidservant, did not see my lord's young men whom you sent. So now..."
Crazy right there, guys. Now the average person would be like, "Oh, she disrespected, she disobeyed." Bro, she saved this nigga life, bro. She saved his life. Point blank and period, bro.
"Now, my lord, as the Lord lives, And as your soul lives, since the Lord has prevented you from shedding blood and from avenging yourself by your own hand, now then, let your enemies and those who seek to do evil to my Lord be as self-destructive as Nabal. Now this gift, which your maidservant has brought my Lord, let it be given to the young men who accompany and follow my Lord. Please forgive the transgression of your maidservant, for the Lord will certainly make my Lord a secure and enduring house, because my Lord is fighting the battles of the Lord, and evil will not be found in you all your days. Should anyone rise up to pursue you and to seek your life, then the life of my Lord will be bound in the precious bundle of the living with the Lord your God. But the lives of your enemies, those he will hurl out as from the center of a sling. And it will happen when the Lord does for my Lord according to all the good that he has spoken, promised concerning you, and appoints a ruler over Israel, that this incident will not cause grief or bring a troubled conscience to my Lord, both by having shed blood without cause, and by my Lord having avenged himself. When the Lord deals well with my Lord, then remember with favor your maidservant. David said to Abigail, Blessed be the Lord, the God of Israel, who sent you to meet me this day. And blessed be your discretion and discernment, and blessed be you, who has kept me from bloodshed this day, and from avenging myself by my own hand. Nevertheless, as the Lord, the God of Israel, lives, who has prevented me from harming you, if you had not come quickly to meet me, most certainly by the morning light, there would not have been left to Nabal so much as one male.
Right. He would have fixed them. He would have fixed them. It'd have been it. Done. Zero.
So David accepted what she had brought to him and said to her, Go up to your house in peace. See, I have listened to you and have granted your request. David was bent on destroying Nabal and everything he owned if it wasn't for the timely intervention of his wife Abigail, who read the situation, anticipated David's response, and quickly took steps to avert the impending calamity set to befall her family. What if she had taken sides with her husband, up to a dangerous point that their entire family is destroyed, instead of calling him out for his wrongdoing? David might have eventually slain Abigail as revenge for her husband's disregard and ungratefulness if she had not spoken up, but she did, and every trouble was sorted. Nabal's wife may have excelled in relationships, but Nabal floundered. Their marriage illustrates that opposites do attract. Nabal should have known that David had delivered his people from the clutches.
This is for y'all good, genuine, real sisters that's stuck right now with a beta male with one of them hell of a sons and his mother manipulating. She got her nose all up in y'all business. You know what I mean? You see, even in the Bible, there was good women, real women that was with losers. You know what I mean? You gotta look to your God. You gotta get to your God so he can tell you what to do. You know what I mean? He might want you to stay, stick it out with him too. You know what I mean? It is what it is, ladies, but you gotta always put your God first. Put your God first. If your man not putting God first, then you put God first. That's no excuse for you not to submit to God. You ain't gotta submit to him, but you got to submit to somebody. You see the trick there? You know what I mean? You ain't got to submit to no man, but you go and submit to God, and he a man, sis. He a man. You know what I mean? I don't know what they tell y'all about Sky Zaddy, but the real God is a man, and you got to submit to him. You know what I mean? If you in a relationship with a dude and he don't submit to God, you know what I mean? He don't know nothing. He don't know no remnants of God. He don't know shit. Then you's a fool for one, and you know what I mean, you better submit to him, you better know him.
Of Goliath and the Philistines. He should have known that the prophet Samuel had anointed David as the next king of Israel. He should have known that David had long guarded Nabal's men and property. But it did not matter to Nabal if he knew these things. Nabal continued to refuse to return David's favor. Was Nabal a criminal as well? Did he commit any illegal or immoral acts? No, and he sabotaged his leadership by lacking interpersonal skills. Nabal is a role model for many pastors and leaders today. We, like Nabal, become so preoccupied with our work and personal lives that we overlook the only infinite resource on the planet, people. How did Nabal fail to develop healthy interpersonal skills? What can we learn from Abigail?
Yep. You wanted to say something, bro?
No, just say he a lame ass nigga. That's what. Hey,
Yeah,
you want me to? I mean, I was waiting till later on in the show, man. But matter of fact, yeah, I don't. I want to. Yeah, when we get to the panel discussion, yeah, just go ahead. Yeah, but I'm
Number
gonna save
1.
this thought.
Forward in God's courage. 1 Samuel chapter 25 verse 18 tells us Abigail lost no time. Abigail demonstrated great foresight by acting quickly and honorably toward David. She took charge of a potentially dangerous situation for them all. She did not just sit around trying to blame her husband or stay in fear. She dispatched food and servants ahead of her. She made the wise decision to act alone without informing Nabal. As she rode her donkey towards David and his men, she approached him with honor and respect for how he had cared for her people. Instead of running away or hiding, Abigail moved closer to the danger, and in doing so, she saved her family's home. Number 2, be humble and kind to those around you and strive for peace. When Abigail saw David, she quickly got off her donkey and bowed down before David with her face to the ground. She fell at his feet and said, "My lord, let the blame be on me alone. Please let your..."
according to the red pill, oh man, they'll crucify her for that, boy. She submitted to a whole nother man. You know what I
Well,
mean?
but she wasn't an Israelite though. That's why they didn't take us. If she was one of their women, they would have stoned her. But the reason why she didn't get stoned on sight is because she wasn't an Israelite.
Good.
So that's what saved her, really, because she wasn't part of this religion.
Right. She
Whether you look
wasn't
at it
part
as
of
foolish or
any.
not,
She wasn't a
whether
part
you
of
look
the
at that
any.
as foolishness or not, she wasn't part of that demographic, that dynamic. So yeah, she didn't get stoned because she's and in their laws they can't apply that to outsiders. That would be unrighteous because they don't know the Yahweh
Yeah,
or
but
Jehovah.
if she didn't if she ain't fork over that stuff that they asked
Oh,
for,
that too.
yeah,
servant speak to you, hear what your servant has to say. 1 Samuel chapter 25, verse 23 through 24. Abigail had the courage and strength to accept responsibility for something she did not do, and she
Yes.
begged forgiveness on behalf of her entire household, and God used that moment to show David how wrong it would be to exact his revenge and harm these innocent servants.
She
This was a
really had the
watershed moment
balls.
for Abigail because she had no idea how David would react, but she still chose to do the right thing. She looked beyond herself. She acted with humility and compassion. She strived to create peace with the very one her husband had angered.
and that's what it's all about. She strived to for peace, guys. These are all attributes you gotta look for in your woman, in the chick that you stick. You know what I mean? Too. You know what I mean?
She requested an opportunity to speak and right the wrong. Number 3, our words and actions
Bread,
have
stop
great
that real quick.
impact.
Bread, you could
Please forgive your
Yeah.
Gus. Yo, nah, I mean, I want to piggyback off what you just said. You know what she really showed is beyond female capacity. I mean, I'm not saying beyond female capacity because you are women leaders, but what she showed was leadership. What she had to do was what her man wasn't willing to do. Her man he think because he the leader and he's the king. Okay, you know, but he didn't know that he's fighting a losing battle, and a lot of times niggas do that shit.
That's a
Sometimes you're
fact.
too brave for your own good, but she was brave. She was smart enough and brave enough to do the smarter thing
Right.
than
And
to just crash out.
I know
Her man was
people
finna crash out.
I know people hate. I know people hate when I do this, but it was kind of similar to how Sierra got Russell out of that Super Bowl party. She ain't start twerking for motherfucking you know what I mean, attention. She ain't, oh, everybody here, Drake here, Future here. Let me just start twerking on the table. Nah, she got her man the fuck up out of there. As soon as she saw that nigga Future, she got him up out of there. Same shit. Like women, women,
Women know
virtuous
the
women
truth,
know
man.
when to
Women have
take the
instincts. As
rings.
fucked up as they could be, they still know shit, man. You know, they could be, they're in tune, man. Just like we in tune to shit, they in tune to shit too. They just we living in a world where they're blocking the frequencies that we can't access the crystalline things in our pineal
Yeah,
glands.
these are
Let's
just
go
the
back to
rare
shit.
ones. These are the rare virtuous women. These are the women that's rare. This is why he said rare virtuous women.
Yeah.
servant's offense, for the Lord will certainly make a lasting dynasty for my master, because he fights the Lord's battles. Let no wrongdoing be found in you as long as you live. Even though someone is pursuing you to take your life, the life of my master will be bound securely in the bundle of the living by the Lord your God. But the lives of your enemies he will hurl away as from the pocket of a sling. 1 Samuel chapter 25, verse 28 through 29. Abigail was aware that her words and actions were powerful, and she carefully considered each one. She recognized that the larger picture of this story was far more important than that one moment, so she reminded David of how important it was that God was constructing greatness.
And that's what they don't do now too. They don't think for the long haul. They don't think for the long haul. They think for the short term, for the feeling right now, for the right now feeling, how they feel in the moment.
In
I
his
would say
life,
that's
and the
ungodliness.
It's definitely ungodliness. It's definitely
I
ungodliness.
would say that's the spirit of like like just devilish lust, man. Just you want it all now. You want it all, and you want it now. Which life don't work that way. So if you want that, that is a demonic. You in the way.
that the Lord himself was fighting for David. She would hear David's stories, that Saul had sought his life, that David had slain a giant with a sling, and had spoken in such a way as to bring him back to God's bigger picture. Number 4. A true warrior is loyal and faithful, always putting others first. When the Lord has done for my master every good thing he promised concerning him, and has appointed him leader over Israel, my master will not have on his conscience the staggering burden of needless bloodshed or of having avenged himself. And when the Lord has brought my master success, remember your servant. 1 Samuel chapter 25, verse 30 through 31. Abigail fought to keep her husband and her home safe. She was thinking of everyone she cared about, not just herself. She was devoted to God and her family in everything she did.
Bingo, that's a big one right there. Not thinking for herself, just for herself, thinking for everybody. You know what I mean? That's a great quality to have, yo.
Where they at?
She chose to
Where
respect
they at?
David by reminding him that God would bring him blessings and all the good things he had already promised. And at the end of her plea, she asked David for only one thing, that when God brought him success, he remembered her. Abigail was steadfast in her words, actions, and displays of love for the servants. She knew that if she could win David's approval in this situation, her employees and family would be safe. Number 5. Remember, keep your faith in God. You are not alone. David said to Abigail, "Praise be to the Lord, the God of Israel, who has sent you today to meet me. May you be blessed for your good judgment and for keeping me from bloodshed this day and from avenging myself with my own hands." 1 Samuel chapter 25, verse 32 through 33. God fought for Abigail just as he does for us today. He did not abandon her, but instead showed her great favor in David's eyes. As God worked through Abigail to save her entire household, she used foresight in informing Nabal of what had occurred. Because of his drunkenness that evening, she waited until daybreak to tell him the whole story. The Bible says, "His wife told him all these things, and his heart failed him, and he became like a stone." About 10 days later, the Lord struck Nabal, and he died. 1 Samuel chapter 25, verse 37 through 38. Then why is it necessary to have a spouse, friend, or teammate that makes us accountable and helps us to be responsible? This spouse can even advise us to invest wisely for our family's future.
And this is gonna be, this is no stab at the passport bros. I know I fuck with y'all and I love y'all, but y'all make sure the girls that y'all going over there trying to build families with, make sure they got some type of common sense, bro. Word, guys. And y'all stay tuned, because the next class will be over at this new school, State of the Art, and that's the title. Don't complicate common sense, where we'll be going over some game, guys. I'll be giving y'all some real game.
Remember the virtuous woman in the Bible?
Yes, sir.
Proverbs chapter 31, verse 16, Amplified Bible says, "She considers a field before she buys or accepts it, expanding her business prudently. With her profits, she plants fruitful vines in her vineyard." She was futuristic in her
right? So y'all gotta stop knocking the pick-me's. How they call it, the pick-me's, the pick-me chicks. They not no pushovers. They not no slouches. They not slouches. The 20% females, the 2 out of that 10, they not slouches. Yeah.
Short and long-term thinking, particularly with finance, because she didn't want any form of financial pressure around her. Abigail's giving heart brought peace to a turbulent situation. It canceled out her husband's greed because good financial management is not just about saving or investing, but also about giving generously the seeds we sow today that determine our harvest tomorrow. Proverbs chapter 31, verse 19 through 20, Amplified Bible says, "She stretches out her hands to the distaff, and her hands hold the spindle as she spins wool into thread for clothing. She opens and extends her hand to the poor, and she reaches out her filled hands to the needy." In areas where we tend to be selfish or greedy, these individuals can help us balance our attitudes and perspective on life. Proverbs chapter 28, verse 27, Amplified Bible, which says, "He who gives to the poor will never want, but he who shuts his eyes from their need will have many curses." Giving also includes being hospitable to friends, neighbors, or friends. Unfortunately, Nabal wasn't a gracious man, and this is why he was so brash to David. Abigail's hospitality was his saving grace on that day. A lot can be learned from Abraham and Sarah when guests showed up unannounced. Sarah supported her husband Abraham as he hosted angels sent by God unknowingly because she was a hospitable person. The truth is, sometimes you never can tell who you're hosting, plus it could just be a signal that your miracle is here. Apostle Paul was hosted by
And that's another note right there. That's another note right there, guys. You know what I mean? Stop judging people how they look. Stop going off a look. Thinking that because what you taught, what you was taught is Bible, and it's not.
Aquila and his wife Priscilla when he also visited Corinth on a missionary assignment. Acts chapter 18, verse 1 through 3, Amplified Bible says, "After this, Paul left Athens and went to Corinth. There he met a Jew named Aquila, a native of Pontus, who had recently come from Italy with his wife Priscilla because the Roman Emperor Claudius had issued an edict that all the Jews were to leave Rome. Paul went to see them, and because he was of the same trade, he stayed with them, and they worked together, for they were tent makers." Let us pray. Lord, I am genuinely thankful for the gift of people. Thank you for everyone you have put in my life to strengthen, correct, and make me more responsible. In the name of Jesus, I ask that you will also mold me by your words to become a valuable teammate, spouse, or friend to those around me. Amen.
Word, guys. And that was my girl Abigail's story right there. And as you see, if she would have stayed under submission, it would have been a wrap for her. It would have been a wrap. Guys, y'all want to y'all want to chime in on that? RPA, you want to chime in on that little piece before we get into the last but not least female, one of the good females in the Bible? RPA, you there?
Yeah, I'm
CO?
here. I'm here. I'm still here.
All right.
I'm
Want
just
to
fixing
add
my
something to
speaker.
that?
Yeah, I was just taking it all in, man.
Well,
There's some good information that you're expressing on there.
yeah, man, it's crazy because the red pill, it's a money grab. Like in the manosphere, over in the manosphere, it's a money grab in the manosphere, and they keeping the guys on stupid. They keeping the guys stuck on stupid, stuck on entertainment, and they're not giving them the real deal. They're not giving them the real spill so that they could take it and really run. And you know what I mean? I
Well,
want to
right. You're
see,
definitely right about that.
right. I want to see guys win. I want to see guys win. I want to see guys find their virtuous woman. You know what I mean? There's so many girls out here, so many women out here. Is they out there, And the guy's gonna find it, but they're not gonna find it. Keep hearing stupid shit. Keep hearing shit that's not the truth. Like shit that does not resolve on self improvement. Like honestly, guys, you do half of the self improvement, and you're gonna see a difference, bro. High big head, you gonna be like, oh, this nigga Mr. Goodbread, right? Telling you, yo, do some self improvement. You're gonna see shit change. If you struggling with females right now, submit to God. Go the other way. Leave them alone for a second. Leave them alone. and work on yourself, and you're gonna see. All right, guys. Last but not least, we got my girl. This is God. This Jesus side chick, man. Jesus had a side chick, man, and it's funny because, you know, Jesus he's not perfect, man. He's not a perfect God. We don't know what the hell happened from his birth till 30. And I'm gonna leave it at that. And we all know that those is the years that we fuck our life up and we explore and have fun. So, you know what I mean, stop with this perfect shit, man.
Mary Magdalene has been a symbol for Christian penitence for almost 2,000 years. She's often been confused with other women named Mary in the Bible, but Mary Magdalene was quite a unique character on her own. Here's the truth about Mary Magdalene. The image of Mary.
All right, guys, this for those of my guys that be at the daycare. You know how dirty tell y'all. Sometimes you gotta get a chick that's right at the cusp, right at the cusp. This is one of those females, guys. This is one of those vibes. And for my females that ask me, like, can a feminist-minded female ever go turn the right way? As long as you do the self-improvement and you make yourself a value, bro, any chick will submit to you, bro, and change her fucking ways, bro. You will never turn a housewife into a hoe. But a 20% female will rock with you, bro. Will love the shit out you, bro. Yes. Don't go try to make a Lilith a Eve though. That's where niggas fuck up. You bag a chick and you swear she a Eve. Nah, she ain't as naive as you think. She's a Lilith. Know what I mean? But this is a very unique woman. This is a very unique woman, guys. Y'all peep game. Let y'all rock.
Mary Magdalene most people have in their heads comes from centuries of misinformation. If you know anything about her, it's that she was a prostitute who left her sinful ways behind to follow Jesus. But the prostitute in Luke's gospel who washes Jesus' feet with her hair doesn't actually have a name, and there's no reason to think it was Mary Magdalene. And no one probably ever would have conflated the two, but then Pope Gregory jumped in. Based on pretty much nothing at all, he decreed that 3 people mentioned in various parts of the Bible were actually the same person. The nameless prostitutes, Mary the sister of Lazarus, and Mary Magdalene. It wasn't until 1969 that the Catholic Church admitted they got it wrong, and those women were really 3 different people. Current biblical scholarship paints a very different picture of Mary Magdalene, one that is trickling down into the public consciousness through films like 2019's Mary Magdalene. The Independent called her, quote, a feminist figure. She came from a thriving fishing village and appears to have been an extraordinarily independent woman for her time, indicating she probably had a high social status. Unlike most women in the Gospels, she isn't identified by her relationship to a father or a brother. She's just Mary, following Jesus because she wants to. It's theorized she even had her own money and probably supported Jesus financially in some way. Far from the
Now, I remember we was doing that live the other day, and Shorty called in to speak to Gino, and she was like, yo, I remember when I was a whore. You know what I mean? This is one of those figures right there, like, you know what I mean? And it's going to be a lot of women that went that feminist route, thinking that they was going to really, really succeed in getting the participation award and getting the free shit. And then they woke up. They really woke up like, wait, this shit, I'm losing. And I mean, now everybody want to be femininity and shit. You know what I mean? So you gotta really peep game, guys. Peep game. It's a unique one.
lowly penitent she's been portrayed as throughout history, she was a strong, important disciple whose name and reputation were belittled by men in power with an agenda.
I will not be silent.
If you're familiar with the Gospels, you may have noticed that a lot of the time they don't agree on things. When you compare them, they seem to often tell very different versions of the same story. But one thing that is consistent across all 4 Gospels is the importance of Mary Magdalene. While many of the apostles barely get name-checked in the Gospels or even are missing entirely, Mary Magdalene appears in all 4 Gospels. Both Mark and Luke say she started following Jesus after he cast some demons out of her, and all 4 Gospels agree she was present at Jesus' crucifixion, burial, and resurrection.
And that's important, guys. I want you to know how none of them other male disciples was there, bro. None of them other dudes was there, bro. I mean, that's important, guys. You got to understand today's live, you got to want the truth. If you don't want the truth, you just want the entertainment, then exit, bro. Because you got to want the truth today on today's live. You know, we remove gray area, not just on the bitches. We remove gray area, like on everything. Got to want the truth today, guys.
The last bit is where she emerges as a hugely important figure. Mark and John claim she alone was the first person to see Jesus return, while Matthew and Luke have her as part of a small group of women. Either way, she is also the first person to tell people that Jesus had risen, leading to the tradition of calling her the Apostle of the Apostles.
That hour or two, Mary Magdalene was the only one who knew about the resurrection, and so Mary Magdalene was the church.
The fact that Mary Magdalene is singled out as having this unbelievably significant role across 4 books that are rarely so consistent really singles her out. It makes her more than just a devoted follower. It indicates she was one of the first leaders of the Christian religion.
You're either one of 2 people. Either you load up FL Studio or Ableton or Pro Tools or whatever, and you have no idea what you're doing. You don't have the knowledge or the momentum to even make a beat. Or you do have enough knowledge to make.
Not every book about the life of Jesus and his disciples made it into the Bible. Some of them were even lost for centuries and just turn up randomly. According to the BBC, this happened in Cairo in 1896. A German scholar was shopping in a bazaar and came across a papyrus book bound in leather and written in Coptic. It turned out to be the Gospel of Mary. The author is unknown, but Time says scholars think it was written in the 2nd century or even earlier. The mysterious book isn't officially recognized by the church, so it's known as one of the apocryphal texts. Still, it tells an interesting story that makes Mary Magdalene's role even more significant. The story says Jesus was insistent his disciples should go preach his teachings to the world, but the men are scared they will be killed too. It's Mary who steps up and has to remind the apostles that Jesus will always be with them. She brings up a private conversation she had with Jesus and explains his teachings for them. Then some of the guys get mad. They can't believe Jesus would single out a woman like that, or that they should listen to her.
That sounds so spooky. That sounds oh so familiar. And that sounds like what go on in these spaces, yo. It's sad. I'm gonna play that back, y'all. Did y'all know that? These niggas was jealous, bro. Niggas was jealous.
Disciples should go preach his teachings to the world, but the men are scared they will be killed too. It's Mary who steps up and has to remind the apostles that Jesus will always be with them. She brings up a private conversation she had with Jesus and explains his teachings for them. Then some of the guys get mad. They can't believe Jesus would single out a woman like that, or that they should listen to her since she's just a chick. Peter, who would go on to be the first pope, even sees her as a rival for leadership. The point the gospel hits home is that Mary Magdalene was the one disciple who really got Jesus. In the Da Vinci Code, Dan Brown introduced the world to the theory that Mary Magdalene and Jesus were married, but he certainly wasn't the first or the last person to speculate about their relationship. The problem is, the 4 official Gospels have a serious gap in Jesus' life. He goes from newborn to about 30 years old in a few lines. That leaves room for people to speculate about what he was doing in between. According to the authors of the 2014 book, The Lost Gospel, he got married to Mary Magdalene and they had 2 kids. The Daily Beast says the authors made this assertion based on a 6th century document called The Story of Joseph and Asenath. On the surface, the book is about the Old Testament figure with the Technicolor dream coat, but the authors claim it's really about Jesus and Mary Magdalene, with the names changed so the original writer wouldn't be killed for what was revealed. Mainstream Christian scholars, though, have dismissed the book out of hand as a bunch of bunk. Leonardo da Vinci's fresco The Last Supper is a masterpiece. It's also given rise to some weird conspiracy theories about Mary Magdalene. All 4 of the Gospels include the story of Jesus' final meal, but none of them mention Mary Magdalene was there, just the 12 apostles. In Leonardo's painting, the character to Jesus' right is John, caught mid-swoon after learning one of them would betray Christ. He has long hair and a very feminine face. This has led some people, most famously author Dan Brown, to believe it wasn't actually John, but Mary Magdalene. But Leonardo depicted lots of very effeminate-looking dudes in his other paintings and drawings. Pretty guys were a hallmark of his work. Plus, including Mary Magdalene would have been heresy at a time when the Catholic Church was on an Inquisition bender. Da Vinci would have been risking a lot for no real reason. He was an inventor and an artist, not someone running around trying to challenge church teachings. Despite that, there's another theory Mary Magdalene is secretly in the Last Supper. The Telegraph says in 2007, an amateur scholar found her hidden figure by superimposing the fresco with its mirror image, then making them both partially transparent. He says this reveals a woman, Mary Magdalene, holding a baby, but no one else seems to be buying it. Mary Magdalene was associated with hair for a long time because of the church's conflation of her and the nameless prostitute who washed Jesus' feet and then dried him with her hair. This gave artists an excuse to draw her with exquisite locks, but somewhere along the line, it took a weird turn. Daily Art magazine reports a legend grew that after she witnessed Jesus' crucifixion and resurrection, Mary Magdalene went off into the wilderness. She spent years there all by herself, just fasting and praying. Obviously, she didn't have time to go shopping or even think about something as mundane and earthly as clothes, so eventually her clothes fell apart. In order to protect her modesty, God made her hair grow like crazy. Depending on which version you believe, this either meant her head hair grew crazy long or that her whole body grew thick hair like a wolf lady. For hundreds of years, artists depicted her both ways. But this story also gets Mary Magdalene confused with a different Mary. It was actually Saint Mary of Egypt who lived in the wilderness, but since the church seems to think everyone named Mary is the same person, the Hairy Mary Magdalene legend grew. Other people think Mary Magdalene took an alternate journey once Jesus went up to heaven. According to the Catholic Travel Guide, a different legend says she and about 70 other early Christians were being persecuted for their beliefs and were eventually put in a boat without sails or oars and pushed out to sea to die. But God intervened and the boat ended up landing safely in France, where a kind local took the refugees in. After that, Mary Magdalene traveled around spreading the gospel for a while before she decided to go live in a cave. Eventually, she died and her bones stayed there for over 1,000 years. The book, The Making of the Magdalene, relates that Charles II of France is supposed to have been divinely inspired to find Mary's remains. Well, he definitely found someone's bones in 1279 and gave them to the local Dominican monks to look after. They put her skull in a gold and jeweled holder, which is super creepy, but also recently allowed artists to do a 3D rendering of her face. So, is it really Mary Magdalene? We'll probably never know. If you ever wondered why you ran around looking for eggs when you were a kid, it might be partially down to Mary Magdalene. There are plenty of theories as to why Christians dye eggs, but the Catholic Archdiocese of Melbourne reports that there are two colored egg legends that involve Mary Magdalene, and they came from the Eastern Catholic and Orthodox churches. The first story says that when Mary went to Jesus' tomb to anoint his body, she brought a basket of hard-boiled eggs, possibly as a lunch for her and the other ladies. But then Jesus appeared to them totally not dead, and the eggs suddenly turned either bright red or rainbow colored. The other tale says that after Jesus went back up to heaven, Mary decided to go to Rome and see the emperor Tiberius to yell at him for crucifying Jesus in the first place. Everyone who saw the emperor was supposed to bring him a present, so she showed up with one of her trusty eggs. She gave it to Tiberius and explained that Christ had risen. The emperor wasn't having it, saying it was just as impossible for someone to rise from the dead as for the egg to change color. That's when the egg is supposed to have miraculously turned red. Hey, makes more sense than some other theories. Mary Magdalene has always been a fan favorite, but it wasn't until recently that the Catholic Church recognized her as extra special. She was a saint from the very beginning of the church, but her day on the Catholic calendar, July 22nd, was just a memorial. The Catholic News Service reports that in 2016, Pope Francis finally elevated it to a feast day, or the kind of celebration reserved for the really important saints. Within the Catholic Church, it finally put her on par with the 12 male apostles in terms of significance. This was an official recognition of her role as the Apostle of Apostles. The Pope said she was a true and authentic evangelizer and called her out for her special place in Jesus' life, as well as her role in spreading the gospel after he was gone. One archbishop, writing in the Vatican newspaper, said the elevation of her feast day was meant to highlight the relevance of this woman who showed great love for Christ and was much loved by Christ. About time. Check out one of our newest videos right here, plus even more grunge videos about your favorite.
And that's the class for the night. That's period 1 for the night, guys. What do you guys think about the show for the night, man? Word. I'm Mike, guys. I'm Mike, guys. Jump in there, guys. How y'all feel?
I mean, that was a lot, man. You know, I mean, I don't know where to start. I mean, I know the story. You know, all the Bible. I fucks with the Bible, man. You know that. But there's a lot more to it. If you rely on the Bible alone, you're not gonna know the true history. But you're gonna get it. I mean, look, you're gonna believe in shit that you can't know if you study more, like like stuff with evidence, like archaeology, and get more scientific, man. But the Bible is a good place to start. Don't let it lead you to religion.
Right.
That's the problem with niggas, man.
Right. They
Like
confuse
niggas
God
start
and
to
religion.
believe in shit and they don't know shit, and then they want to argue with a nigga like me. And I'm not even arguing with people. Man, look, man. If you don't know that there really were giants, but you believe in Goliath and shit, David, like you don't know shit. You see what I'm saying? Like you don't know their whole races of people, different types of people. Some of them might still live on the earth, but we just, them motherfuckers been around longer than us modern humans, so they know how to stay undetected from us. You understand what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
It's like motherfuckers who've been around longer than Homo sapiens, and they're more advanced than us. But it's like just like how like insects and lower level creatures, right? They can't keep up with us. You see what I'm saying? We can't keep up with motherfuckers who more like they look, man. The Bible, man, is the truth, right? The truth is in there. There's nothing in there lying to you, but it's more to it. And I think that the more you get into the truth of the scriptures, you'll realize that, and that will point to like you just going out and discovering for yourself what the universe is, man.
Critically thinking. Word.
Yeah.
RPA, man, what you got for us, man?
I was listening to the brothers drop some jewels, man. I was about to put some quotes up. Hey, what he's saying is true. You can get the truth out of it. You just gotta research and be a critical thinker and have understanding. A lot of people judge things for they get a lack of understanding for it. Um, yeah, about the video, the show tonight. Woman not being submissive to modern man. The fourth stage of feminism has did a lot of damage and psychological damage. A lot of these women, I wouldn't even say therapy is can reach some of them, but the frustration that we got has been a lot of brainwashing in our society on TV and music and different genres that's got women thinking that they should rebel against dudes.
That's a fact.
Um, and the time that we're in. So it should be a time for men, like you said, Mr. Goodbread, think, get your stuff together, clear your mind, and take a break from it.
That's a
Hey, could I
fact.
piggyback off that real quick?
Go
Yeah,
You
ahead.
go ahead.
notice that's why I didn't even say anything about that, because that shit is a distraction. The more niggas focus on these, look, man, all of that shit is just meant to keep you from your meditation and your focus and your balance and your peace and your harmony and your frequency, like being in tuned with the frequencies of the God and the angels and the higher frequencies, man. All of this shit is just fuck, man. Just look, man. This shit has to be. It's just background noise to me at this point, man. And I'm telling you, like I'm really, really up there with it, man. I don't want to sound crazy, but I'm telling you, man, like I just wish I knew it was more motherfuckers around me that was really on my time with it right now, man. Because nigga, I'm already hitting the streets with this righteous fear shit, man. But I could only do so much by myself, and I ain't finna crash out. You know what I'm saying? For stupid motherfuckers who don't deserve my sacrifice. But I'm telling you, man, look, man, this shit gotta stop, man. These BMTs are killing our babies. These simps in the way. And it's real niggas out here. And this is what I wanted to tell you earlier, good bread. There's a rapist in my hood, right? and we found them.
Yo, Posh, who's that? What's going on?
Nigga was walking up the on the Ave earlier, and nigga spotted him. I'm like, hold up, this nigga really outside? Man, we caught him again, packed him up, but this nigga ran all the way to the police precinct and shit. Niggas had to let him live, man. Like,
Yo,
but it's justice, man. Justice got to be served, man. And that's what I'm saying. Like, niggas think we hate women. No, we did that because he did that to a woman. You see what I'm saying? So real niggas got to stand up. A lot of these niggas who hold tep and all this shit ain't gonna do shit like that. They ain't gonna put work in. You know what I'm saying? A sister said, "Oh, this nigga violated," and we found out that it was true. Bro can't live out. He can't breathe outside around here. He got to get out of here. He gonna get man, look, get taken out of here. And
yo,
that's where I'm at with it, man. And it's like righteous fear. That's what righteous fear means to me. We got to make changes, man. Where we at? If you're a righteous fear, nigga, affect your hood, man. Don't crash out, but affect your hood, man.
Posh, yo, what you got for the show tonight, Posh? Miss P, you still there, Miss P?
She muted.
I don't know what.
Muted. I did. I muted myself. I did. Can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you.
Okay. So, you know, what I feel right now is that, you know, my stance is that, and this is my stance only, but if, you know, men, if you're concentrating on women that, we have spoken about this before, these women, and all the only thing they're focused on is, you know, getting these long nails, and, you know, they want to go and get their bodies done, and, you know, and, you know, they got to be at the club every weekend, and, you know, into these types of
Right.
things, then you need to be looking the other way.
That's a
Like,
fact.
you know,
Right.
they're focused on, they got to have this 28-inch weave hanging down to their butts and all of this stuff. Yeah, you need to be looking the other way. Like,
That's a fact,
that's,
guys. They
and
got to
I'm
be
a
Sexy
woman,
content.
Leroy.
They got to be
and
That's
I'm a
content.
woman,
listen.
and it's just something that I wouldn't, I don't understand, but it's like, from what I've been witnessing, it's like men have gotten to the point where I have said to myself, like, they don't, they don't, they don't like the natural woman anymore. Like, what happened to? Am I tripping?
You're
Like,
not
what
tripping.
happened to? Okay, what happened to the natural woman?
It's not
Like,
that men don't like the natural women. Women have morphed. Black women have morphed themselves into this. We have been saying whole time, no, take that weave off. You wearing too much makeup. What the
right,
fuck are you, a goddamn eagle? Why your nails so
right.
long? Men have been saying that this shit
Oh, and all
is
these
ridiculous,
eyelashes, all
but
of
they
this
have been
stuff.
going
Like,
against the
it's
grain. They've
ridiculous.
been doing the opposite of what we've been saying the whole time, and that's why it's gotten to this point. They've been defying us. It's not that we have like we what the fuck man, man is made in the image of God. God likes to see his natural creation.
Yeah,
Right.
A
but see,
man loves a
look,
Mhm.
but
beautiful woman.
that's part of the
A
confusion
man doesn't
right
want to
there.
see makeup.
That's part of the
Eh,
confusion right there, because dudes just say that and won't give a fuck about God though. Dudes just say
Mhm.
that and won't give a fuck about God, and then expect Shorty to just fall in his lap. And that's why guys gotta go the other way, get to God, put God first. Cause we know how to use them, but we don't be
Facts.
using them right, bro. We don't use them right.
Damn, that's deep. Because I mean, I can't say it better myself, but it's like I be thinking about the same shit, bro. Like they in a way. It's like, all right, I don't want to. I don't want to. I'm gonna just say it. Fuck it. They're like a tool. Like they're here to the way how the Bible says they're help meet, not help mates, help meet. A meet.
Mhm.
Like you gotta understand the wording. Meet is to meet. You know what I
Right.
mean? To balance.
To
It's
connect.
like
To
Right.
connect.
connect. Exactly. You're not my mate. You're not like just my. You know what I'm saying? Like yeah, you're not my bud. Like you're my lower. No, you're my meat. But you're here to help. See, I was already here. You're here now to help, but
Right.
we're balanced.
Totally agree.
You're here to help me balance. I
Facts.
come first, but
Facts.
without
We
you,
offer
I am off
we
balance.
offer each other so much
This is
more
what
than
women need.
sex.
I think this is what
I'm with
women
you
need to
when you're right.
understand.
Yes. Hmm.
We offer each other so much more than sex, and it's sad that
Yeah, modern women
women
only think
women that
that sex is
monetize
only.
just the sex. Women that monetize just the sex, but we offer so much more on both ends.
Offer
Both of
so
us.
much more. Yes.
Women offer more than just cooch. We offer
Yes.
more than just
Yes.
money.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yes. See, that's why I love this righteous fair thing, man. I'm telling you, man. We gotta whatever level you on with it, man. Just go out and we save our babies, man. Like if you
Save
know there's
our
a
Yeah,
crazy bitch
babies.
out
that's what
there,
it's
Save
man.
our
about.
Yo,
It's
hashtag
babies.
snitch
about
on a bitch, man. If you ain't about
Yes.
hashtag
that life, if you ain't
speak
finna
up,
run up on
fellas.
some shit, call the cops, man. Call
Speak up,
diapers on a
fellas.
bitch,
Think
man.
I won't. Think I won't. I can't do it. I
Man, I'll
can't
get
do
shit
it.
in, nigga. Man, I'll put
You gotta
hands, feet,
even
knees, and
this.
elbows on a motherfucker if I have to. I'm headbutting, I'm biting and scratching if I'm outnumbered. But
Yeah,
look,
you want.
I'm picking shit up and hitting niggas with shit. But
We
you know,
got
I'm
we
not a
Yeah.
violent
definitely gotta
person though.
even the
But
we
other
gotta
than that,
even the
man, look, man,
narrative.
I don't know
snitch on a bitch.
to save a child. You know, I'm gonna have to do what I gotta do. You're gonna have to smoke. Yeah, I'm not violent either. But like, no, you're not about to harm a child, and I'm not about to witness that. I'm not. No, I can't do it.
That's a
Mm-mm.
Well,
fact,
you
bro.
know why that happened, man? Because see, right now we got a creature that's on YouTube named Synthetic G, who pushes to kill, black babies and pushes promotions to be swirlers and divestors and set up swirler and divestors to die. So when you got 3,000 black women watch her go live and push that spew hate online, and no one has never took
Right.
her down. What's hilarious to me,
What's her name?
probably
Who?
her name is
Cynthia
Synthetic.
G.
Her name is Cynthia G, the demon that runs YouTube. But when you got a woman like her who spill hatred on the black males and say that she doesn't want them to exist, without a black male
What?
existence, you won't exist. Oh yeah,
Thank you.
Oh,
No,
Posh
no,
new to
Posh, he
this. Oh, you need to
serious
go
though.
check
No
that out.
lie, he ain't lying, Posh. This lady,
Cynthia
and she
G.
don't get blocked or nothing. She don't
Yeah,
get
Posh
blocked.
need to go check that out. It sounds like
I
she not familiar with
no,
Synthetic
I
G.
She don't
never.
know. She
Wow,
Never
gonna she
heard of
gonna
her.
know. She gonna be like Mr. Goodbread.
I'm about to find out though.
that
Posh
shit
gonna
gonna
come
blow
back
your
and be like,
mind.
Mr. Goodbread, I see why you act the way you act. I see why you do your show the way you
Yeah,
do
you're
it.
gonna be like, you see why Tello's so militant with this shit.
So
She said kill black boys. She said abort black boys. She said abort. She's telling black women if you having a boy, abort it. A black
What?
woman is saying this.
Yo, I tell you
Yes,
one
there's
thing
that
though,
and
deep.
got
Posh.
away
This
with
Y'all
the
it
have
most.
got to be kidding
and
me.
she still get promoted
It's
You
on
have
some
got to
there.
be
evil
kidding. Wait,
bitches
you
out
got to be
here,
kidding
man.
me.
This
You got
the
to
And
be
she
most.
kidding
This
still
the
me.
get
most
away
we
with it.
talked about it
Like
over
this.
here ever. So you know what I mean. With that said, we gonna end this show, and I'm gonna see if I gonna get on to the next show because I'm supposed to be doing another show, but I'm way past my time and shit. But
Cool.
guys,
And you
y'all.
said it's Cynthia G, just like with just the letter
You'll
G.
see her. She has that rug rat wig on and these big beady eyes, yelling and screaming. She has the most annoying voice. My dog runs when she hears her voice.
Okay,
Yo,
Cynthia
guys,
G. Okay.
yo, I appreciate y'all for coming out
I
tonight, man. I
appreciate you
appreciate
all
y'all,
as
man.
well once again.
No doubt. Anytime, yo. Anytime,
Hey, hey,
y'all.
hey, Brad.
Yep.
Nah, I'm trying to tell Posh. Is she black, but she looks like Where's Waldo. If you ever played Where's Waldo, she looks just like Where's Waldo,
Okay, okay. You are crazy. I'm gonna
but
see
with like
that.
a
I
wig
can't
on.
believe it.
No, I'm
I'm
dead ass serious. When you see, you gonna crack up even more.
I
Hold on, let me
cannot
see. Let me
believe
see
it.
something.
I can't
Yo, good
believe it.
night, man. Yo. Good looks.
Good
Thanks for
night,
having me on,
Peace,
everyone.
Brad.
love, and light.
Oh, hold on. Let me pull up
RPA
Cynthia
Posh.
G. Let me pull up
Oh,
the little witch. Pull up the little witch, little ugly little thing.
is she ugly?
So this the most
Okay, I
burn she
see you,
got.
RPH. I see you. I see you.
This the most burn she got ever on this channel over here. We gonna cook her though. I'll post
Because
a
that's
thing to
how
that.
many hate.
Bro, don't get
That's
me
how
started
many.
roasting. You know I do.
That's how many women who actually believe in the ideology that's very sick mentally in the head. And you know, she still get promoted. That's what's crazy.
She don't never get blocked or nothing.
Nah, she got some type of spell.
Oh, CNG. Okay. Mhm.
K Smith, what's up, man?
Mhm. Yeah, I must go and find her. I gotta see. I gotta
Well, I
see
didn't
this.
mute, but the
Oh,
real
she
reason
got on the
I went
glasses.
on
Is
camera
that a man? First of all,
and
Nah, it's
played
a
the
woman.
song is because I was trying to eat some food. Listen,
That's it.
listen. Let me tell y'all, I was trying to eat some greens. I'm not even gonna sit here and lie to y'all. I was trying to eat some greens.
She just hate
That's what I
men.
was doing. I was eating some greens, and
It's
so
black
like
beans.
one.
Where
now
is
we
your
can
hair?
actually get started. No, we had the moment of
This is a
honesty. I'm
carpet
telling y'all,
muncher,
I had to
probably.
eat some greens. I was hungry, and I just felt like if I'm hungry, why am I not eating? That's what I just don't get right there. If I'm hungry, I should be eating. It really is just that simple. But we are gonna get into it. Thanks everybody for coming in.
What is this?
We can definitely get into it as now. If you guys could please, guys and gents, like the video when you come in. Liking the video is free. So if we could get some likes, that would be really great. If you guys could like the video, then we can get started. And so, because I don't know where to start with this one, I'm going to welcome everybody here. In this segment, because this is a little bit different than what I typically do.
Salute, brother Cyrex, and much appreciation to you, man. And for everybody else that sent in a cash app, yo, let me take a little break from this bitch. Cause yo, I already can tell she already got me
Yeah,
Man, that boy warm my heart every time I see him, man. He be getting it. Salute to y'all. Thanks again, guys.
It's really not. It's really just me taking a lot of the articles and topics that people send to me that I wouldn't necessarily do a video on, but that I want to talk about because people have sent them to me. And so that's what we're going to do here. Y'all, I got some makeup on my thing, but good thing the camera ain't showing it like that. Because before I turned on the camera and I tried wiping it off, I got some makeup on my clothes. Literally some like squirted out of a container onto my clothes. So anyway, I didn't have time to change or throw this in the washing machine, but I'm looking at the playback. Y'all can't really see it, so it is what it is. Anyway, yeah, the lighting is what it is. The lighting isn't the issue. The camera that I'm using is. I'm actually waiting for my new camera to get here. I bought one. That's the only time I do holiday shopping because I really don't holiday. I don't really celebrate the holidays, but because.
All right, that's about enough, yo. That's about enough.
Please make it stop.
That's about enough. Right there. That's her though, yo, and it get worse. She. I just clicked a random video. I'm
seriously, bro. Like that's it. I thought you was gonna pull up some shit with like. Damn, you should have pulled up some shit when she had the glasses on, man.
Oh
that's what I was trying to tell Pa. She looked just like Waldo when she got the glasses on.
Oh my God, yo!
I can imagine it. I can see it.
This is one evil woman.
We got the legend in the house tonight. Art of Will. What's going on? The Art of Will, man. That boy name ringing bells around the YouTube space right now. Salute to you, brother. Word, man. But yeah, that's Cynthia G, man. This horrible looking lady, man. This lady looks crazy, yo. Look at her, bro. Look at her.
She should have been aborted.
I absolutely thought it was a man. I really did.
Word.
I'm
But
being
all right,
honest
guys,
about it.
we're going to get on out of here, and hopefully I'll catch y'all later on tonight. It might be late night, but I'm going to try to do another live on a new channel, guys, and it's going to be a game live, so, you know what I mean? It'll be alpha male strategies type stuff. Appreciate everybody that came out tonight and watched. Love y'all. Really love y'all. Appreciate y'all, man. We out here, guys.
Same to you.
Peace.
Love all of you all. And everybody be safe.
Facts.
Peace.
Hey, oh, we got Mike. We got Malik. What up, Leak? Yo, thank you for showing up to class, man. What's up, man? Salute to you, man. We fuck with you. We love you too, my nigga.